Daniel Coyle, The Little Book of Talent, 52 Tips for Improving Your Skills. Unlock the secret to mastering any skill with the compelling insights in The Little Book of Talent, 52 Tips for Improving Your Skills by Daniel Coyle. This accessible summary will provide you with valuable tips and strategies for igniting your own talent and acquiring the abilities you've always dreamed of. Dive into the power of role models, the importance of hard skills, and the right ways to practice for optimal results. Above all else, discover the significant role that patience, positivity, and visualization play in achieving mastery in any field.
The role model effect. Talents are not innate gifts, but with the right approach, we can become skilled like those we admire. Finding role models to emulate and mentally engraving the desired skill in our minds is the first step. With every vivid mental roadmap created by observing a skill repeatedly, we are closer to mastering a skill. The first step to becoming skilled at something is to realize that talent is not solely dependent on innate abilities. We can all become experts in our chosen field with the right approach. This entails finding someone who has already achieved what we aspire to and emulating their success. The more we identify with these individuals and believe we can be as good as them, the more motivated we become to develop our talents. Role models can inspire us in many ways. Golf players in South Korea, for instance, were inspired by Se-ri Pak, who won the championship in 1998. 4 years later, South Korean women dominated the Ladies Professional Golf Association Tour, winning about a third of all events. This was made possible by the inspiration of Se-ri's success and the drive to become as skilled as her. Connecting with people who are already skilled in a particular area is an effective method of learning. We can flood our brains with images of them by putting up their pictures or videos on our walls or watching their performances online. While we are focusing on these images, we should pay close attention to how they do what they do. We should watch them repeatedly and create vivid mental roadmaps to follow when we practice. With physical skills, it means following every movement and imagining our own bodies repeatedly performing it. In cerebral pursuits, it involves learning and emulating the thinking patterns involved. For instance, chess players watch and replay classic games to analyze and absorb strategies. By following their lead, we, too, should closely study the craft we'd like to master. In conclusion, becoming skilled at something requires finding a role model and mentally engraving the desired skill in our minds. Observing the skill repeatedly creates vivid mental roadmaps that we can follow when we practice. With these techniques, our skills can improve steadily, and we can achieve the level of success we aspire to. Building talent, strong foundation is key. Building talents is like building a house, it requires a strong foundation. Hard skills are the foundation of any talent and should be prioritized and perfected through consistent practice. Dr. Alvaro Pascual-Leon suggests breaking up skills into small, easy-to-master chunks to create the right pathways. While hard skills are essential, they are just the start of the journey, and practicing them for a lifetime is necessary to keep the talent in perfect form. Mastering skills. To truly master a skill, one must go beyond just regular practice, which can become mindless. The key to effective practice is to hit the sweet spot, where you are working just beyond your abilities and learning quickly. To achieve this, it is essential to assess your current skill level and try to go a bit above it. Get creative with exercises, including practicing with your eyes closed or playing pieces backward. Mistakes are essential for improvement and must be reviewed to fix them. When you reinforce the right moves in your mind, your practice sessions will make a tangible difference. Mastering talent, the key lies in your mindset. Developing talent involves not only practical work but also psychological techniques. The toolkit to become highly talented includes patience, positive thinking, and visualization. It takes a minimum of 8 weeks to learn a new skill, during which one should focus on positive framing and visualization. By employing these techniques, one can train the unconscious mind to work towards the intended goal. To become highly talented, one must go beyond the practical work of honing hard skills and perfecting practice strategies. Developing talent also requires a bit of psychological work. The key message is to include patience, positive thinking, and visualization in the toolkit. Patience is needed as it takes a minimum of 8 weeks to learn a new skill. This 8-week benchmark has been proven effective in a 2011 study at the Massachusetts General Hospital, where participants who meditated for 27 minutes a day showed permanent brain changes. During the learning process, it is important to remain patient and not get discouraged easily. Positive framing is another essential technique to help reach the intended goal. Instead of focusing on mistakes, one should direct their energy towards achieving the intended outcome. Visualizing flawless execution and picturing new and faster neural connections forming in the brain can keep one motivated. Finally, the author suggests imagining oneself performing the skill perfectly just before sleep, which encourages the unconscious mind to work towards the intended goal. By employing these techniques, one can maximize their talents and potential. Enhancing skill learning. To keep improving, mix up your training routine, and teach others the skill you want to master. Becoming a top talent requires visualization, effective practice, patience, and avoiding letting your hard skills go stale. However, staying on course and making progress can be challenging due to feelings of stagnation or a lack of motivation. To overcome these obstacles, it is vital to re-engage your brain through new approaches and teaching. One issue when you can perform a skill effortlessly is that you're not engaging your brain to learn. Florida State University psychology professor, Dr. K. Anders Ericsson, suggests switching things up by using different practice methods such as speeding up, slowing down, or altering the order of things. It can awaken your brain and revive your learning. The author learned a valuable lesson himself from switching things up. He hit a plateau in his ping-pong skills during practice games with his son. To break the routine, he practiced alone daily for a few minutes, playing against a wall to force him to react faster than before. It paid off, as this new training method allowed him to elevate his skills and win some games again. Teaching a skill to someone else also enhances your own skill learning. Schools or organizations that produce high talent do not separate students by age or skill level. Less experienced students learn from more experienced ones, and more skilled students reap the benefits of teaching others. To master a skill, look for opportunities to teach, as the author stated, doers who teach do better.
With the guidance of The Little Book of Talent, you can step into the shoes of your role models and unlock your own hidden abilities. By mastering hard skills, practicing with an engaged, creative, and focused mindset, and embracing patience, positive thinking, and visualization, you're setting yourself up for success. And don't forget the power of switching up your practice routines and teaching others, as these strategies will help you break new ground and overcome apparent limitations. As you perfect these techniques, watch your dormant talents flourish and excel in every aspect of your life.